Hello everyone. Today in this video we will learn how to codon the Kubernetes node or make the node unavailable and drain the node, or we can say reschedule the pod from particular worker node. This topic is very important in CK perspective, so practice it thoroughly. I'll tell you how to do that. So let's proceed. Uh, Here I have one worker node and one master node. kubectl get nodes, one master and one worker node. I have removed the taint from the master node so that we don't need any toleration to schedule the pod on master node. If you want to understand about the taint and toleration, how to apply the taint, how to remove the taint, how to apply the toleration, etc., so then let me know in the comment section. We will discuss taint and toleration also. Okay. Kubectl get pods hyphen a. Here you can see I have deployed the nginx pod also, and I have deployed the nginx daemon set. Uh, If we want to know which worker node these are scheduled, we can use the -o wide command. We can see that nginx pod are scheduled on the worker 1, and daemon set, because it's the daemon set, so it will be scheduled on the all worker nodes, or we can say on the all schedulable nodes. Here master nodes also schedulable, so here it is scheduled on the master also. Why I have deployed the daemon set? Because while draining the node, this daemon set will play important part, so we will understand while draining the node. So let's say our requirement is to make one node unavailable, and that particular node is having the label node equal to worker 1. So first thing, how to check the label on on any node. So we'll use the command kubectl get loads hyphen show labels. Okay, so our requirement is to codon a worker node having label node is equal to worker 1. So we can check the label on node using the command hyphen show labels. Now we have checked the label and can say that worker 1 is having the required label. That means we have to codon the worker 1 node. uh, Either we can use the word codon or unschedulable or scheduling disable, etc. These all are the requirement from the codon. So let's follow the first step. First step, get nodes. Okay, this is the status right now. We will run the command kubectl. Okay, is saying node worker 1 codon. Now let's rerun the command kubectl get nodes. What's the status now? Scheduling disabled. So as I said, when we use the word codon, it can be the codon, or it can be unschedulable, or it can be unavailable, or it can be scheduling disabled. So even if you get some question like you need to make a worker node unschedulable, or you need to disable the scheduling, all things mean the same, that you need to codon the node. Okay, and if you want to get the more detail about this worker node, you can use the command kubectl describe node worker 1. Before running the command codon, it was the unschedulable false. That means the worker node was schedulable, but now unschedulable is true, worker node is not schedulable. Okay. What was our second requirement? First requirement is done, that our worker node is unschedulable. Second requirement is we need to shift the pod from this worker node to another available worker node. Okay, so what's the difference between codon and draining? Codon makes sure that you can't schedule the new pod. Okay, but it doesn't mean that your existing pod will reschedule to another worker node. See, your existing pods are still on the worker 1. Those were available on the worker 1. those ports are not moved. Next requirement is to move these port to another available worker node. For that, we need to follow the drain command. For practice also, as I said, if you try to deploy a new pod on this worker node, it will not schedule. For example, I have created one YAML file having the node selector as a node worker one. This label is for the worker one. So if I try to create the pod on worker one, okay, this port we deployed and it's saying the pending because we use the node selector. We want this port to be scheduled on the worker one, but worker one is coded. We could not schedule the port, right? Let's move to the second requirement. Second requirement is the drain the worker one so that your existing port move to another worker node. So we'll use the command kubectl. You can use the alias also, though I have set the alias, so I'll directly can run the kdrain worker one, right? Okay, it will give me some error. It will say that cannot delete daemon set. We have the daemon set also on this worker node, and daemon set cannot move. We know that daemon sets are designed so that all available worker node have the one related port to that. So if we have the daemon set in the environment, then we need to use one more parameter, that is ignore daemon sets hyphen ports. See, we had these pod on the worker one is showing that evicting the pod, evicted. Let the command get completed. Okay, node worker one is evicted. kubectl get nodes, kubectl get ports hyphen a hyphen o wide. We had the nginx port and those are scheduled to master node. Those were available on the worker node. Okay, and our daemon set, as I said that daemon set cannot be rescheduled, so only daemon set is pending on the worker one. Rest of the ports have been shifted to the master. Okay. Now this was our requirement. Let me repeat it. First, we need to code in a node having particular label. How to check the label? kubectl get nodes hyphen show labels. You use the command. You use the command codon kubectl codon and the name of that particular worker node. And second requirement is you need to reschedule the pod also. When we use the word reschedule, that means draining that worker node, so you will use the command drain kubectl drain and worker node name. But if you have the daemon set also in that worker node, then it will give you the error related to the daemon set, so you need to use the parameter ignore daemon sets. Fine, our requirement is done. Let's say our requirement was related to the maintenance. It was the part of maintenance only. Your work is done. You have whatever troubleshooting or anything you need to done on worker node. It was done. Now you need to bring back the worker node to your scheduling state. So what's the command? kubectl uncoded worker one. node worker 1 uncoded kubectl get nodes. Before it was showing that node scheduling disabled, but now it is okay. Kubectl get ports -a. Okay, see, this NGINX port was pending. It is having the label related to the worker one, and worker one was coded, so this port could not be scheduled. But as soon as we remove the tag, we uncoded the worker one, NGINX port scheduled on the worker one. Here, one thing you need to remember, that when you drain the pod, those pod are shifted to another available worker, but it doesn't mean when you uncode in the worker node, those pod will be scheduled back to that codon node. No, but if you try to schedule another pod, or you recreate your deployment, delete your deployment, so whenever pod get the chance of rescheduling, then worker one can be used, but doesn't mean that pod one will reschedule back to worker node with the uncode codon. Okay, fine. So what command we used? We use the drain. We code in the worker node. We, with the describe, we could see okay what was the label, and scheduling was false. Then we use the drain command. Drain command give the error related to the daemon set, because we had the daemon set in the worker node, so we used another command, and that's fine, our work is done. But if we need to bring back the worker node in the same state that was before the activity, then we will use the command kubectl uncodon worker, but uncodon will not bring back the ports from the another worker node to back to the coded worker, but that worker node is usable now. If you have any doubt, then let me know in the comment box. Like and subscribe the video. Thank you. Bye.